5 main reasons 90% of cold approaches fail. And it's probably a lot more than that, to be honest. And these are the 5 key reasons of why your cold approaches are falling flat. And before you even tell me, yes, cold approaching still works, I do it all the time, I advocate for online and in person. They both work for me and all of my clients. So without further ado, the number one reason, actually they're all equal, but let's just say the first reason. The first reason is your mindset is garbage. If you're telling yourself, I'm gonna bother her, she's gonna call the police, I'm going to get rejected, women don't want to be approached, this is uncomfortable, is she gonna say I'm creepy? What do you think is going to happen? I can tell you every secret in the book for approaching women, but if you have this loop of thoughts in your mind telling yourself all of this negative garbage, you're going to suck. Your mind has to be your biggest ally. It cannot be your worst enemy. Literally, in the transformation program I do with my clients, the foundation of all of it is mindset. It's internal rewiring and seeing dating differently, seeing women differently, because it's that powerful. You can't look at an attractive girl and think, she's never gonna like me, I'll go up to her. That's never going to work. And so you need to have anchors in your mind when you're going to do a cold approach. And they have to be the exact opposite of these reasons, right? I'm bothering her, she'll reject me. What if she has a boyfriend? Oh my God, who gives a shit? Okay, let me tell you some anchors, because you have to reset your mindset. You have to fix your fucking mindset, or you will forever be cooked with women in dating. Forget cold approaches, dating will just suck for you. The mindset I have to be successful at approaching women is, I'm the prize. I am doing them a favor. This conversation is going to go fantastic. She's just a human being. I'm outcome independent. I am not worried about picking her up. I'm not worried about flirting with her and making sure she likes me. She's gonna like me or she's not gonna like me. I don't give a shit. There's a billion women in the world. I don't care. I'm going to make her day by giving her my attention. Just because I'm doing this and I have the courage to go up to a woman, I'm the winner. I'm the one to be proud of. I am the one in this situation that holds the fucking crown, because I have the courage as a man to go up to a random stranger that I don't know and strike up a conversation. I am that dude. Tell yourself all of these things in your mind right now when you're doing cold approaches. I don't care what you look like. I don't care where you live. I don't care about your past success or failures with women. You need to adopt this mindset. You need to have the mindset of who gives a shit. This is going to go fantastic. And if it doesn't, she's lucky. She's lucky I gave her my presence and my attention, and that I had the courage to do this. I'm the winner. Because that's the foundation of all this stuff. What you tell yourself. The story you tell yourself, the mindset you have around women and cold approaching is going to be the leader, driving force of the results you get. There's not a woman on planet Earth you're ever bothering. They're yours to take. You're a man. Go fucking conquer. This is what you're born to do. You are a man. You are supposed to see a woman and say, yeah, I want that. And go fucking get it. That is what men do. Remind yourself of the lion inside you, brother. Remind yourself. That's number one. That's a big reason. Number 2 is tonality and body language is so weak. You have to know this about human beings, but especially women. They're women. They're physically weaker. We are more imposing. They are more nervous and anxious, obviously. When a man goes up to them, it's a threat assessment, like fight or flight a little bit, right? It doesn't matter that we live in a kosher lifestyle and there's coffee shops and there's a level of safety, yes, but that biological fear of fight or flight never goes away for women because we're just much stronger. We're men. And so you have to understand your tonality and your body language cannot be timid. It cannot be weak. You cannot start off on the wrong foot. You have seconds to make a first impression. You have seconds to make sure she feels like she is in the presence of a man, because that will make her feel comfortable. When you are acting weird and nervous and timid and feminine, you're making them uncomfortable. You think you're doing the opposite, you're not, okay? Never be shy or nervous. The more bold and confident and assertive you are, the more comfortable they feel, because that is the true dynamic in nature. Women are feminine. Women can be shy. Women can be nervous. Women can be anxious. Men cannot. It makes them uncomfortable when a masculine man is like, excuse me, you're really pretty. That is gay. Women don't like that. They don't respond to that. They respond to blank. You just throw the dart and you don't give a fuck. Don't be timid. Assume the conversation. Here's a really big issue guys run into when it comes to cold approaching, okay? Specifically around tonality and body language. Yes, you are going up to a stranger, but you need to present yourself and speak and show up to this conversation like she's not a stranger. Like she wants to talk to you, which goes back to mindset because this will dictate your behavior. If you go up with the mindset of, oh, she's a stranger, I don't know how this is gonna go, you're gonna go up weak, you're gonna go up timid, you're gonna stand at a far distance, you're gonna use a meek voice, and all of these things are going to kill the first impression, kill the attraction immediately before you can even get a word out. So always assume the conversation. Speak, talk, and act like you are assuming we're already in conversation. We're not strangers. We're already talking. For example, I cold approached a girl at a coffee shop a week or so ago. And my opening line was, I like your bag. Because it wasn't cool bag, was not a bullshit compliment. And I do things in merchandising, so I can appreciate these things. It was genuine. Do you notice how I just looked at her and said, I like your bag. It's cool. Or I said sick bag or something like that. Very nonchalant, very casual, etc. I'm talking to her like we're already in conversation. Speaking to her like we are not in conversation would have been like, hey, excuse me, miss. I really would like to say, like, I really like your bag, or something along the lines. What does that say? I am gay. That said, don't clip that. That says I'm weak. That says I know you're a stranger. Can I please talk to you? Blah, blah, blah. Bad. Kills attraction. Sick bag. Sick bag. You're welcome for my fucking compliment. You're welcome for my approval. And I'm speaking to you knowing you're going to respond. I am not speaking to her begging she responds. That's the fucking difference. Don't tap shoulder, okay? This is one of the worst things. And I've actually done this. I did this one time because it was an awkward contextual situation. It is the worst approach to approaching you could ever take. Never be like, never, ever, ever tap the shoulder, okay? Never tap the shoulder. Never physically chase them, right? Like if you see them walking by you, don't like run after them. Don't fucking do any of that because it sets the frame from the dynamic. I mean, from the beginning that the dynamic is she's here, you're here. You're begging for her attention. You're trying to get her attention. When I just fucking talk to a woman, like sick bag, I'm already coming from a place of authority. When you tap the shoulder, excuse me, or miss, terrible. It sets the frame that you're down here, she's up here, women want a guy that's above them. And so biologically, they can't like you. You're going against nature when you behave this way. Never from behind. Same thing. Don't chase them. Don't do it from behind. Put yourself in a position where they can clearly see you talking to them and just speak. Just speak. Move your body around, whatever you have to do, to an angle. Get in a position where they can see you and start talking. Okay? You're making those mistakes. Number 3, how the conversation starts, like your opener. This is super important. Okay? Never lead with compliments or validation unless they're backhanded, like the bag thing. Sick bag, acceptable compliment. Acceptable thing to say. Because I'm not saying, I just want to say you're beautiful, or you're so pretty, I had to come up to you because you're so gorgeous. All that stuff is garbage. You're going against biology. You're going against nature. Whenever you have these inclinations, remember the real game saying to you, I'm going against nature. I'm going against biology. This is not going to work. Because it's not. When you start the frame of the dynamic, you're so beautiful, blah, 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 you're so cute, blah, blah, blah. You're here, she's here, can't like you. Impossible. It's like going against gravity. Okay, things are dense, they fall. Like, this is just how it is. And never lead with money, okay? Specifically for like a bar, right? A lot of guys are like, hey, can I buy you a drink? This is terrible. This is really bad, okay? You're asking to get rinsed. You're asking to get used. You're asking for this girl to fake like you for 30 seconds. Even if she would have been interested in you, because of how you're going about it, because you're such easy prey to use, women can't help it. And they also can see, if he has to offer me a drink, he's not better than me, I don't like it. So they would have liked you, but your approach and how you went about it and a frame you set killed all attraction because you're leading with gift giving. Never say excuse me. Never fucking do it. Just talk to them, okay? Just talk to them. Who cares about the manners? Who cares about etiquette? Who cares about making them, oh, I just want to make sure No, she heard you, okay? I'm looking right at you and I'm speaking to you. Speak, bitch, okay? This is how women respond. If you're saying this is misogynistic or bold or blah, 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 you don't know women. Because this is what they respond to. Speak. I am speaking to you. I'm giving you my attention. I'm looking you in the eye. I don't need to say excuse me. Okay? I don't need, you have Asperger's? I don't need to say excuse me. You clearly see I'm talking to you. Let's have a conversation. If she's not interested, I leave. Simple as fucking that. You don't need to be on your tippy toes, excuse me. No, you're a man. You are a man. Talk to women, okay? Don't give a fuck. Always use context. This is my favorite opener, and I go really deep on it in Social Edge Mastery, which is the cold approach course I made, and Nike Mastery, which is mastering nightlife, approaching and converting and going up to groups, etc. I'll drop the links below because it goes really in depth on approaching. Super, super in depth. But to condense that, always use context, okay? The bag situation, right? I use the bag situation because I'm in branding and merchandising and the bag was cool and she was right in front of me with the bag. So I use the context. And then we could talk about all those things. right? And so another example that I've done is outside of that same coffee shop. I'm a killer at this coffee shop. Outside of the same coffee shop, I saw this girl standing by me waiting to walk as I was, and she was looking at the shop, etc. And I was like, it's really good. And she was like, oh really? Like, what do they have? Blah, blah. And she lit up. Why? I use context, easy conversation. The easier the conversation, the more fluid the conversation is, the more she likes you because she feels comfortable. Hard conversation, uncomfortable, anxiety, negative emotions, no attraction. So I said, yeah, it's really good. It's really good. She's like, really? What do you get there? And I'm like, well, I'm pretty boring. I normally get espresso, or I'll get this, what's called a Yemeni latte, because it's a Middle Eastern place. And she was talking to me about that, blah, blah, blah. Context, 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 context. Don't throw them in a difficult conversational position. They will shut down. They're not capable of much. You have to remember this. Always presume the conversation. Like, I'm just talking to these women, like I already know them. Sit back. Shop's really good. You've been to this gym or whatever. Whatever it is that I'm using, I'm always presuming the conversation. I'm not making it feel like a stranger. Okay, I'm disarming them. I'm lowering anxiety. Yes, I'm obviously a stranger, but I want them to feel like they've known me and they're comfortable, because that is where attraction is formed. Number 4, your rapport build is non-existent. Most guys can't talk to women for shit. They have terrible conversational skills. They don't know how to build rapport. They don't know how to ask probing questions that make them feel comfortable. And I have a lot of videos about this. And again, Social Edge, Mastery, Night Game Mastery below, like A to Z on approaching. But let me tell you the bullet points, okay? In all of these conversations, you want to expand on topics they talk about. Again, back to disarming, back to making them feel good. Women feel the best when they're talking about things they're comfortable talking about. Makes them feel good, which is all that matters, right? They operate on emotions. And so what we do is we don't rant about ourselves, okay? For example, let's go back to the coffee scenario. I'm out to the coffee shop. She's looking at it. I'm like, it's really good. And she's like, oh, really? What do you normally get? Or whatever. And I just go on this rant about coffee. No. I gave a very, very short answer. I said, yeah, I normally get espresso. I'm kind of boring, you know, but yeah. Well, I do this. What do you normally get? Right? And I flipped it back on her immediately because I want her talking. If I were to rant about myself for like 2 minutes about the coffee and why I come here and blah, blah, and blah, blah, tune out. It's boring. They are simulated when they feel something. And when we rant about ourselves in a cold approach about whatever BS they asked us, they don't care to know the information, guys. You have to understand this. When a woman asks you questions, it's only for the hope that you say an answer that makes them feel something. Even if it's not even related. They just want to feel something. That is why they're asking you a question. So you have to be concise. You can't rant about yourself, and you need to go back to them on topics you know they like. And, you know, in a cold approach, you might not know this information immediately, but you can use cues, okay? You can use context, right? Like with Coffee Girl, I gave a short answer, and I said, what are you drinking? Or something like that, because she had a coffee in her hand from another place. Oh, I got this from she was staying at this hotel. She's like, I got this from this hotel, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, where are you in from? Blah, 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 blah. You see, you need to spin context questions back to them on easy conversations they can talk about. That is the game of rapport building. Ask deeper questions to get them engaged. Just don't be fucking boring. That's one of the big things. Do not be boring. Don't be nervous. And keep asking probing questions on topics they talk about and flip it back to them. If they ask you a question, you give a microscopic answer, and you flip it back again, because I'm in charge. Number 5 is 0 social cues around closing and converting. The crazy thing about approaching women in person is sometimes you get the same day close. I'm not talking number or phone number. I'm talking hangout. I'm talking literally seeing them on a date, hanging out with them, which is so crazy. But a lot of guys are so lost when it comes to social cues and women. They can't understand them. They can't understand and see through the lines with women. Let me help you out in this video. And honestly, this is a big reason why it goes flat, is because let's say a girl is super into you, but you can't tell. You don't go for the Instagram or the number close, you never see her again, failed approach. Or she's not into you and you're spending 5-10 minutes talking to this girl and you're wasting your time. These things matter. Or you're losing same day closes because you can't read the intensity of her intrigue to you. You need to develop the awareness to read social cues, read a woman's behavior, and then dictate your behavior and capitalize on that. That's grandmaster level. So read her engagement. How do you read her engagement? Is she asking you questions? Is she looking you in the eye? Is she giving answers that have some level of enthusiasm? Okay, heightened voice, more words, body language. Is it close to you? Is she facing you? Or is she keeping the closed off body language? All these things matter. All these things are indicators of genuine interest. Feel her interest. Be bold in the close. Okay, in the close, you just go for it. I'm an Instagram guy typically, sometimes number, but 9 times out of 10 I go for Instagram because I want to vet them out a little bit. I want to see what they're about. These things matter to me. Okay. So what I do is I don't ask. I say, let me get your Instagram. I'm sure I'll see you around. We can do this. Whatever it is that I pull from the context, I say, let me grab your Instagram, blah, blah, blah. I don't ask. I don't say, can I get your Instagram? Okay. So, okay. Just ask. Be bold. You have to rewire your timidness around women. They want to be fucking dominated. Okay. They want a bold man when it's done the right way, when it's tasteful. Is the same day close there? Dude, if you're having a good conversation on a cold approach and it's going 5 minutes, or in this case, someone's walking with you or like whatever, it's there. Like, what are you doing after this? Maybe you're busy. Or like, what are you doing tonight? Go for it. Just ask them, what are you doing today? Oh, I could be around, blah, blah, blah. Perfect. Let's hang out. Give me your number. Let's do something. It's your lucky day. Have that aura. Have that fucking aura. Have the ability to read her body language. Like I said, open or closed. Tonality. How is she speaking to you? Is she looking you in the eye? Is she asking you questions? If you approach a woman and you're having a conversation, she asks you not one question. She doesn't want to know your name. She doesn't want to know. Get the fuck out immediately. Okay? That is one of the biggest indicators of genuine interest. And if you want to develop the mindset, the confidence, the skill set to go up to women anywhere in the world and close and convert to dates, I'll get you there in weeks. Guarantee it. I don't even care what you look like. I will get you there because I know exactly how to get these results. And I get them for my clients every single fucking day. If you want to work with me, apply below. Maybe you get it submitted. Maybe you don't. And I'll link the other courses below as well that can really, really help you out with this stuff. I'll see you in the next video.